Hey guys, welcome to Wednesdays with Jess. I'm Jess, obviously. Hopefully you guys know who I am by now. Anyway, so week 2 questions. I just have them on my phone. Alright, so I'll just get into it in a second, actually. So just quickly, really exciting stuff happened this week, and I felt like sharing it with you guys. I went to Lady Gaga on Sunday in Sydney. Me, my girlfriend, my best friend, and his boyfriend all road tripped up, which was really cool. And we get into the monster pit, so I'm keeping this on my wrist forever. And I'll quickly insert just a few photos because our outfits are amazing. Anyway, so there. Okay, anyway, so sorry to say stuff about Gaga, but anyway, let's get into the questions for this week. Alright, so first one is, you may have gotten it before, but it is the whole, even when you were a kid, did you really realise that you like the same gender? Well, it was always a bit, I always knew that I liked both. I always had like little like weird sleepovers, like cuddling and kissing like friends and stuff, like girls, and I thought that that was normal. Like, I didn't think that anything that was going on was like an issue, and like I like played doctor with one of my friends in like year 2, and yeah, as I like grew up, I realized that, well, not like completely grew up, but finishing primary school, I had been like making out constantly with my friends, and I thought that that was normal, but I realized that it wasn't. And anyway, so I don't know, I think I always just knew that I liked both, but I always felt more of a pull to girls. But I just always assumed that that would go away, like, oh, this is natural, this is what everybody else does. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's different for everybody else. Like, some people it just clicks one day, or others wake up one morning and realize that they'd been living a lie, or there's heaps of people that I know that just were literally born this way. Like, the moment they could think for themselves, they wanted to be with somebody of the same gender. So yeah, everybody's different. We're not all going to have the same experiences, but that was mine. Number 2. I can't tell if I'm genderqueer or just struggling against internalized misogyny. Most girly things annoy me, partly because I feel like I'm supposed to like them. How can you tell the difference? I'm not normally into labels, but if my genderqueerness comes from misogyny, I probably need to work on that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be much help with this question because I am very within my female gender box. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, like, I don't know how genderqueer, well, I understand genderqueer, but I, like, personally, like, I can't give any advice about it because of the fact that, like, I'm extremely feminine. I love all feminine things. I'm not into, like, any kind of, like, masculine things, I guess. And yeah, so I'm just not going to even try and do this one because I think I'll get it completely wrong. But the only thing that I'm gonna say is, like, why should we try and like something if we don't? Like, that just seems so stupid. That's like me going to watch a sport even though I hate sports. Like, just because of the gender that you have been given doesn't mean that you need to stay within the constraints, I guess. That's the way that I see it. Like, we're all different. It would be boring if we were put onto this earth and we were all the same. Like, so whatever you're comfortable with doing, do it. And whatever you're not comfortable with doing, don't do it. Like, that's all I have to say about it, really. Sorry. I know that was a really, really lame answer, but yeah. Alright, number 3. Hi! So I'm 18, just graduated from high school in the beginning of June. Oh, congrats, that's awesome. I'm a lesbian, and so far I've only told some close friends, cousins, and my sisters. They support me. I have not told my sisters, aunts, uncles, etc. Some of my family are homophobes, and I'm scared to tell them. I was wondering what is the best way to deal with them. How should I tell them, and how do I deal with the criticism? Well, luckily for me, it was quite easy, but I have heard, like, some pretty bad horror stories, and I've read some books about coming out and that kind of stuff, and so I understand why you're worried about it and why you, like, want to think, like, give yourself a plan, I guess, so then it's easy to deal with, because, like, you can only come out once, unless you come out as 2 different things, then you get to come out 2 different times. But I think that it's just really important to, like, look within yourself and think, like, is this the right time? Because it's not always the right time. Like, sometimes you're not ready, or you know that other people aren't going to be ready, and so, like, that's okay. You're allowed to wait. You don't have to do it straight away. But I think that people can surprise you. Like, I know that it doesn't always go really well, but, like, for instance, with me, my mum's side of the family are all Mormons, and so, like, I assumed that they wouldn't be very accepting, and, like, because of all of the religious aspects, and so I kind of just, like, didn't say anything to them, because, like, I didn't want to deal with that. And then, like, one day my mum was having a conversation with her mum and was talking about, like, my girlfriend or something. I think it was my ex-girlfriend, and my grandma was like, oh yeah, we always had an inkling that Jess was gay, blah blah blah, and, like, they don't care, and they all know about, like, my current girlfriend and stuff. It was more of a worry when they found out that I was pregnant, rather than them finding out that I was gay. So I think that you just have to remind yourself that there is a huge chance that there's going to be criticisms, and that you could be called bad names, and it could not go very well, because that can happen. But at the same time, don't be too negative about it, because, like I said, sometimes people do surprise you, and it could turn out better than you thought that it was going to. But the most important thing is the way that you're going to feel about yourself afterwards. Like, even if you are criticized and it does not go very well, how are you going to feel about yourself going about it? Because that's the most important thing. Like, this, you're coming out for yourself, so then that way you can be you without those constraints. And so yeah, just do whatever you think that you should do, but try and tread lightly, because sometimes it is hard for people, even though it shouldn't be. But we still live in a society where we are classed as a minority, and so sometimes it's not taken very well. So yeah, anyway, I wish you heaps of luck. Like, I really hope that it goes well for you, and hopefully you can tell us that it went brilliantly and that it was totally fine. So yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, and hopefully it goes okay. Anyway, sorry for rambling on for a while, guys. I'm a bit tired. Anyway, so I'm going to go, and hopefully I kind of answered the questions. Everybody else is so much better at this than me. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Bye!